And we're live on the Live Masters TV showcase with our amazing guest, Amanda Jo. Really excited to have her here today. She finished the Live Master video challenge, interview challenge. Here's the interview part. And she's really awesome. She lives in California. She's an artist. She's inspiring people. She's helping people with their technical skills in an easy way for them to understand. And she's absolutely amazing. She's going live now every day since she started our video challenge. And I'm super excited for y'all to get to know her. We're just going to do what we do on these interviews. You guys, as you come in live or on the replay, put your questions, your comments, your cares, concerns down there and start asking Amanda some questions about some of the really cool stuff that she's going to share with you today. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Amanda Jo. You start introducing yourself, Amanda, and we'll grab some people to come in and check out what we're doing.
All right. Hi, my name's Amanda Jo, and I live in Pacific Grove, California. I've lived in California for about 14 years and grew up in Texas and Mississippi and New Orleans, so been kind of across the country. I do absolutely love California, and I'm blessed to be by the ocean. So, in that, also just a little bit of information for people that may not know. This particular area in the Monterey Bay area, this ocean is freezing. It is literally freezing cold. This is not like necessarily the ocean you want to go just swimming in. But still, being by it, you still get the open, vast ocean air and the negative ions and all that awesome stuff from just being next to it. But if you want to dive in, wear a wetsuit.
Yeah, the water's cold. The water is cold in Northern California. I surfed up there, Santa Cruz before. Water's in the mid 50s. When it hits your head, it feels like a sledgehammer. If the water's
Yeah,
extra heavy when it's cold.
so cold. Yeah. I'm like
Yeah.
an hour. I'm actually an hour south. I'm on the other side of the bay from Santa Cruz, so I'm very close to Santa Cruz, and I used to live there too. So
Yeah, I love that area. So, what is one of the biggest reasons that attracted you to start doing live videos? Because before you did the challenge, had you been doing videos before, or was this the first time you really started doing videos?
I'd say over the last like a month before I was introduced to Live Masters, I had like two or three. I think I went live a couple of times. And the reason that I did that was I was starting to brand myself. I had a friend that I was working on with like a business coach kind of thing. I was like, okay, go live, and intrigue your audience. And then I did it a few times, and I realized I was just kind of doing it for like I didn't have a purpose. So I'm just like, oh, here we are. Here's me and my kids, and I'm just like, well, that's not the message I'm really trying to get across. I mean, yeah, we're fun and it's fun, but everybody has a family, everybody has this and that. So I really feel more inspired to have a reason to go live. So Live Masters really gave me that focus. Like, okay, a question of the day. Hey, I can do that. Even if it takes me like I have to think about it, it gives me a focus. And then I find like, oh, I know what, questions of the day are. Then I can go say, hey, I want to, when I have some time, I want to see what other people have answered for their questions. So it's like, and that gives like a unified, like we're all in this together kind of thing, but a purpose. Yeah.
Right, that's cool. So what was the most gratifying part about doing it? Was it like just doing it consistently every day? Was it meeting other people? Was it just having people reach out to you?
Um, for me, it was practice, getting comfortable with showing myself and being like, okay, I'm just going to show me, this is me answering the questions, but getting comfortable with doing that and talking to a camera as opposed to like when this is the way we're doing things now. And, like I've had a few Zooms and stuff before, but it's a little different. So just like having that spotlight, being comfortable in the spotlight. A lot of stuff that I do is background work, and I feel like this year has been my time to shine. So it's good practice for me to come into the spotlight and yes, get to meet people.
Okay, cool. So you now the background work you're talking about, I'm assuming is the tech work that you do. So you want to share a little bit about your background with technology and how you help people figure out stuff? Because we were talking the other day, and you're like, "Okay, Mike, book an appointment," because I was belly aching about my computer to you. So why don't you share how you got started with that and how you help people?
All right, well that's an interesting one. It was about 20 years ago, and I had moved back to like basically a small town in Mississippi. Well, it was a college town at least, so it was a little more advanced than some of the small towns in Mississippi. In that, they had an outsourced call center for Gateway Computer Company at the time, which obviously we're not a business, so they didn't really do good business. That said, it was a call center. So I started there not knowing anything about computers. And it was like, all right, call center, like 12 hours. I work graveyard shifts, 12 hours each night. Um, like 4 days on, 3 days off. Anyway, did that, just like dove in, learned about computers a lot from that, answering all the questions about how they work and this and that. And also, just for your reference, at this time was right before the release of XP. So in that, there was no remote support sessions. I literally had to walk everybody through everything. If somebody had to like replace a hard drive, you literally, like a warranty hard drive, you literally had to call them, and they would call you, and you literally had to walk them through opening it up, taking the screwdriver, doing all the things, like walking them step by step, which some people, you're just like, why do you have a computer, right? So anyway, that taught me a lot of patience, and I feel like I'm in a special niche for having not had computers to having computers, be a big part of my life. So I can teach people that have never had computers in a kind of gentle and like in a way that I understand them. And there's a lot of people that maybe a lot of people know how to use computers, but to have that, like, maybe not having it from when you were a kid, so learning it like a little bit later in life, being able to share that with people has been really nice. So in that, I work for a company and I work for myself, just actually doing all the things where I fix things for people. And now, luckily, having the remote support sessions, I can just remote in and just, hey, let me just take over and I'll just do it for you real quick, instead of having to tell people where to go and use terminologies and all that. And in my work for my company, which is my tech girl, I am pioneering a new program for specifically, there's a niche for veterans that have come out of prison, to help them that have never used technology, and giving, actually acquiring laptops, acquiring cell phones, and actually giving those to them and having a class each week to teach them how to use it.
Wow, that's awesome. So listen, right now, if anybody's watching this live or on the replay, do us a huge favor and reach out to some veterans groups and people that may be connected to some veterans, and get them in contact with Amanda, because I mean, she definitely wants to help them out. I mean, that's amazing, because there's definitely a need there for people that are coming and want to change their lives, but and know that this is what they got to do to figure out how to transition and pivot. So that's awesome. That's awesome that you're giving back like that, and you have a
Yeah.
vision to help others.
Yeah, and it feels good. I'm
Yeah.
kind of feel like I'm done with. I mean, I still do the problem solving, but I'm kind of done with hey, this thing's broken, come fix it. And instead, just I'd like to be like, hey, let me show you how to fix it, or hey, let me show you how to do it. I feel like it's time for me to like be able to share and give back.
That's cool. So when we started with the top of the video, the title, there's your bio, and there's some information on there. We have people asking to request information, like request your link, because they want to stay in touch with you. So, oops, hold on a second. Maybe I should have turned my phone off before. Hold on a second. Sorry. My phone's ringing in the middle of this thing.
That's what happens in lives. No worries.
Yeah, that's live action for you, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll make sure that we get all the links in the comments after the video, and then we can tag people that were asking for it. So, yeah. So you do a lot of other things besides the tech stuff. There's more layers to you than just the technology stuff. Let's talk about some of your other passions and interests. Like, you love the cello, and you're a musician and you're an artist. How did all that start in your life? Have you been doing that since you were a kid? Did you start all that when you were younger?
Yeah, I did. So pretty much since I can remember, I was drawing, learning how to draw, doing the learn to draw, like kindergarten, first grade, like literally always doing art. That just progressed even further. I had a moment, like I had a big aha moment when I was like, I don't know, maybe 8 years old or something. And we were stuck in an ice storm. So it was just me and my mom with a kerosene heater in one room for like days, like literally stuck. And I just like dove in.
Wow.
I had this book of like how this person had drawn a rose, pencil drawing, and I just like mimicked it, and it came out, and I was like, holy shit, I can draw. I don't know if I can say that. Holy crap, I can draw. and like just kept going from there. So I naturally had a knack for shading, color pencil and pencil. Later translated into watercolor, and like art and music really got me through a lot of hard times in life. I taught myself piano because my mom had a piano, but then she sold it, so then I didn't have it. So then I didn't have the music like directly for me, but I always listened and had that guide me. And then the art, and then it was actually later in life I was introduced to. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Zoe Keating, but I absolutely love her. And she also went from technology into cello, but she'd always played cello. She played with Rasputina. It's a kind of old goth kind of band. But she was the cellist for that, and she also did some tech stuff. And so she translated that into, she does cello looping. And by hearing the beauty of some of the stuff that she plays, just like it just captured me. And it's because of her that I picked up the cello, and my friend who introduced me to it, who the first time I like sat down with it, I literally played it for like half a day straight. Just the first time I sat down with it, I'm like, this is my heart. This is it. So I ended up having a cello, and I played it every day after that. Um, I've also played with some friends, and like, so I'm not classically trained at all, but I can find it. It's a fretless instrument, but you can find the notes and like play it. Um, and also just play from the heart. And I had this one time I was recording with a friend, and one of the people that was actually recording is like, you get sounds out of that I've never heard. I took that as a compliment though, because just I like to I don't conform to like really any kind of strict like guidelines or anything, but it is good to bring forth what comes through the music. I did recently invest in an electric cello, so I hope to bring more of that into the digital realm as well.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think it would be amazing for you to incorporate some of your music into your videos, because
Yeah.
it's your music, right? You could do
Yeah.
your own intro, right? And then you can start when you, as you're, writing music or certain songs that you're playing. There's a story behind all the songs that inspire you that you love to play, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And imagine incorporating your music and your stories into your videos. Now,
Yeah.
well, here's the thing, because you've been doing the videos in Live Masters, which is amazing. Like, it's just awesome having you in there. But I want to kick you out of there doing videos. I want you to go out publicly and let the world see who you are. We got nothing but love for you in there. Meaning, of course, it's always your home. But I think the world deserves to see this of who you are publicly evolve, because you have so much talent. I've been watching your videos. You're on what, day 19 now, right? Was it 19?
Today will be 20 when I do it.
See, I remembered. I'm keeping
Yeah,
track.
you did.
Yes, I'm keeping track. And the people that are consistent and they show up, they stand out, right? I remembered exactly what day you were on. And there's how many people in Live Masters that are doing videos right now? I'm all over the place. It's a miracle that I remembered that.
Yeah,
But
that's a talent right there.
well, no, listen, when I see other people, I see greatness in other people. I want to learn more about them. And that's really the magic of all that I think I'm doing, building this community with Live Masters, is right. I see amazing people, and I say, hey, I'd like to get to know you better. We have this community. Let's do this. And here we are, you know? So you and I met though in a different project that where is how it works, right? So you you're in the process now building an online business besides the tech thing too, right? So how do you think incorporating videos is going to help you build that business?
I think being able to share, I think being able to, practice to create my own videos for, informational downloads for people. Well, this will help me. It's helping me with the practice and meeting people, and people, actually like getting to know me, that maybe they'll like want to keep in touch with me. I think when I watch people that I like, that I have like I resonate with, then I want to stay in touch with them. So I think that for sure will help with that.
Yeah. So what is it about what you're currently doing that inspired you to start doing that? You want to share a story of why you're doing this other business? You don't have to like go into what it is or what the company is, but like why that? Why is it that you're doing this opportunity now?
In my life in general. I feel like I'm filling in the gaps for basically what my goal is for the ultimate human empowerment. And I'm really working on several avenues for that, whether with tech skills, with health and wellness, nutrition, and also just body, like physical. There's other things. And I also do some quantum energy work. So there's a lot of levels to it. So ultimate human empowerment. So that's kind of my goal.
Ultimate human empowerment. Awesome. Well, I mean, and I did those questions that you answered during the challenge. There was a question, maybe you could answer it here live. You already answered it in the challenge. What is something that a mentor has taught you or a teacher has taught you that you feel so inspired to teach others? What, because you've had mentors, right?
Yes, yes. And I find anybody that you look up to can be your mentor. I definitely, I think one that made the biggest impact, especially for me growing up in Mississippi, which is, basically the Bible Belt, Southern Baptist. My mom was trying to, indoctrinate me into a lot of rules like that. It doesn't necessarily subscribe to what spiritual, like what I think God wants for us. In that, I had and to be honest, it was a youth pastor. So of all the things, go figure, he said, go study all of the things and find out for yourself. So he was just like, even like he studied other religions. He took religion history. He studied all other cultures. And he said, go get your own answers, get your own truth. Don't take just my word for it. Just research yourself. And like, that was huge as a young, impressionable mind. That meant the world to me. And that was truth to me.
Yeah, for somebody that you look up to at that point to yeah, and you know what's funny about that is when you let people do that, then they go do it. But you know what? You probably came back to him at some point and been like, "That was amazing." Did you ever stay in touch with him after
Yeah,
that?
I still have him on Facebook. Oh yeah, absolutely. I sought him out. I've told him thank you before, because this was like now. I mean, time flies, right? That's like this was more than 20 years ago now. Yeah.
Well, that's the most powerful thing, and I think in anybody's life is the truth. You know, it is what it is. I like to share. Sometimes we rationalize the truth, right? We try to make rational lies. It's rational lies. It's a ration of a lie because you can't take the whole truth, right?
Yeah. And a lot
That's
of it is perspective, so you can only see from a certain perspective unless you brought it, like open your mind and go seek out elsewhere, like change your perspective, be able to see from multiple perspectives.
yeah, definitely. So, what does the future look like for you with everything that you're doing? Are you looking to continue doing videos, build community online? I mean, like, what does it look like for you doing what you're doing with all this amazing talent that you have?
Definitely bright and full. I see a lot of brightness. I see a lot of fullness, and I see really, really living my best life, and my children living their best life, and just I will definitely keep doing videos and building a community.
How many kids? How many kids do you have?
I have two,
Two. And how old are they?
7 and 5.
Oh, 7 and 5. Okay, your house is kind of crazy. Like
Hmm.
my house is crazy.
Hmm.
Like 6, 8, and
They're
10.
luckily they're a little like regulated at this moment because they're like with their teacher on the iPads.
Okay, so they're still doing the homeschooling thing too.
Hmm.
Yeah. So California. So how's it been in California? I mean, it's been pretty strict, right? Everything when you go out and
Yeah,
yeah.
where I live particularly, you get fined if you're not wearing a mask in certain places. Like you can get fined.
Like where?
So
Outside?
yeah, like outside. Like if you're, they have a sign. Like I don't. I'm guessing they can enforce it as much as they want, but like mostly, probably close to centers. I guess they had one by the beach, but I'm just like, if I'm on the beach and there's nobody here, I'm not wearing a mask. I don't even take it. I have a scarf if I want, and if they want, I just lift it up if I have to. But like, I mean, honestly, when you're in the open air, like, and there's nobody around you, I don't really think that you have to wear a mask. I mean, the point is to be safe when you're in buildings and around people that are compromised, and so you don't sneeze on people and that kind of stuff. But I mean, I'm not against people, like, be safe, wear a mask so you don't compromise people, but to be like where you're just outside going on a walk and you're not near any people, I don't think you need them. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty strict here.
It's different in Vegas. You can go. They won't even kick you out of this. If you go to Walmart, Sam's Club, Vaughn's, Smith's, those are the stores I think. Yeah, you can. I could go in those stores without a mask. and they won't kick me out, and
Yeah, you can't. You can't
they'll let
here.
me, huh?
You can't
Yeah,
go in without a mask here.
yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. Anyways, so yeah, it's been awesome talking to you and getting to know you. I mean, I support you 100%. Do you plan? Here's the question. And here's the last question for you. And we'll definitely talk. This will be some answers to this one. Do you plan on doing this, like going live every day? Can
Yeah,
you do it?
yeah, I
You're
can.
gonna do it, right?
Yeah,
So you're gonna do it for a whole year?
I can do that.
You could do that.
I can
It,
do
it
that.
it's simple, right? Only a couple
Yeah.
minutes, right?
Yeah, I think it's better that way too. When it's like when I realize once I realize that you can just do it like a couple minutes, like just get one thing out and not make it like this big ordeal, or like, or I didn't have like a guidance thing or like an idea, but like 2 minutes, yeah, of course I could do that.
Yeah, that's what I think my shortest video since I've been doing them every day is like a minute, but I did it. And
You could get a lot across.
well, yeah, you can get a lot across in a minute. You can get your point across. I mean, that's elevator pitch, right? In a minute, you can deliver one of the most powerful messages of your life in a minute. You could tell your whole story in a minute, 10 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. You could stretch it out and fill in all the details, and just that's what the good speakers do. And the only way that you're able to figure out how to do all that stuff is to do it. And like you said, that's why Live Masters is an amazing place, because you can come in there and practice and you don't feel judged, or I'm very selective with the people that I let in there, and I basically hand select all the people that are in there. And if anybody else invites other people in there, trust me, I'm the one that goes to that person's profile and make sure that I feel it's someone that's going to be safe for the community. I have to be like that, because it wouldn't be the way it is if I was, I just know what to look for.
Yeah.
I've learned over the last few years. So have you gotten a lot? I'm just curious. Have you gotten a lot more friend requests since you started doing videos?
No, because like I not yet. I mean, because I'm keeping it in there, but I've made friend requests. I've had friend requests, but I've kind of, it's not more than I've already been getting more, because I've already put out that call to the universe, so to speak. I've already like started spreading stuff and sharing stuff, and then when I resonate with people or get into another group, and then I will friend request, and then I will get a friend request too. But it's not like it's exponentially increased yet.
Yeah. Well, once you start going live on your personal page publicly, and you're active in amazing communities like Live Masters and some of the other amazing challenges, I mean, there's just limitless places to meet people online right now. You make those connections in all those different places, and you start doing videos on your personal page, then that gives you an opportunity to build your own community at that point.
Yeah.
That is all I've done. It's that simple, but it's not easy. It's simple, but not easy, right?
Yeah.
To do all this. So yeah, it's been great having you. We'll make sure that we go back through the comments and give love to everybody that gave you some love here, and put your contact information in there so they can reach out to you and stay connected to you. Is there anything that you want to say in parting, like a word of wisdom, something people could take away that you'll make them feel a certain way?
I just don't give up. The biggest thing is don't give up, and like anything that ever thought that you could do, you can. It doesn't matter how long it takes, just don't give up. And every little step, even if it's a baby step, is progress.
Yeah. Good. I love it. Well, listen, everybody, thank you for watching this incredible interview with this amazing woman today. If you were impacted by some of the information that she shared, if you want to stay connected to her, if your friends deserve to know about her, because I think they do, I'm going to tag her in this video so y'all can stay connected to her. Appreciate you, Amanda, for coming on and doing this and continuing to do the challenge and supporting Live Masters. And everybody else that watches, likes, and loves all these interviews in the community, thank you so much. It means everything to me. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow on another interview. Oh, wait, tomorrow's Saturday. We'll see. Stay tuned for more from Live Masters.